Good evening, Internet. How fare thee? I am the Wicker Man of Munger Road, here to tell you a terrifying tale. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to do that voice in the entire review. Hello, Internet. What's going on? I'm Ricardo the Cynical Critic, and today is Halloween, and we're going to have a spooky video. Well, no, not really. It's going to be another review of RWBY, and the costume is just an aesthetic, but today is Halloween. I love Halloween, and even though I just started my YouTube career, my God, we're going to do stupid things like this.
So, are we still going to be wearing costumes this video?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so let's start the review. I just know that by the end of the video, I'm going to hate wearing this. Barely pick my nose. Well, it comes in handy.
Anywho, like in previous episodes, this chapter has also been split up into two-parters that pad the runtime. But enough of me harping on Rooster Teeth's dumb decision, let's get you up to date with the story. RWBY and the rest of new students of Beacon begin their first trial, which was a stupid method of deciding teammates. In a way of child endangerment that would make Dumbledore proud, they are launched into a forest to find some relics, and the first person upon landing that they make eye contact with becomes their partner. RWBY and Weiss may end up as teammates, as well as Jean and Pyrrha.
Why do all the losers get the girls in anime?
It's clear by how annoying and mean they are to each other, respectively, that RWBY and Weiss aren't going to get along.
We left off last time with RWBY running ahead like an overexcited puppy, and with Weiss about to be set upon by the big bad wolves, with no huntsman in sight to save her.
Now let's get this scary review started. Laconan, roll ye yonder clip.
Idiot.
Skip! So yeah, we're back with another episode of Yang vs. Wild, where we find Goldilocks roaming the forest in search for her little sister Red Riding Hood.
Wait, I thought she was trying to get rid of her.
Yang, would you make up your mind?
Nope.
Well, while looking for RWBY, Yang comes across some bear-like grim, and finally, after 4 episodes, we get some action.
Jeez, you two couldn't hit the broadside of a...
No one touches the hair. No one.
You monster! What? You want some too?
How in the hell did that little Jacker kill that thing? That knife would barely register as a splinter.
Don't smirk at me like that. Give me an answer.
The answer is that it's an anime.
Elsewhere in the forest, we find the Ice Princess, who turns out hasn't been ripped into pieces, though she still is under assault from the grip. She tries to stand her ground, but her flame attack is interrupted by RWBY apparating in.
Hey, watch it! Excuse me.
And just like the teenagers they are, they immediately cheese it before anyone finds out that they just set the whole forest on fire. Away from danger, RWBY and Weiss again begin to bicker, each complaining about the other's fighting tactics. RWBY wonders why Weiss took so long to attack, and the Weiss Queen complains that Red had no plan of attack.
I'm just fine on my own. Well, congratulations on being the strongest child to sneak your way into Beacon. Bravo.
What the hell is wrong with you people and killing trees?
I mean, seriously.
First, Pyrrha shield blasts her way through some, then Weiss lights a whole damn forest on fire and leaves it, and now we have RWBY joining into the tree genocide.
Why aren't you complaining about when Yang destroyed some trees?
Yang was completely in the right to do that. You do not mess with Goldilocks' golden locks.
Next, we find Jean and Pyrrha walking through the forest that is shortly going to be burnt to the ground, and it turns out that even walking through a peaceful forest isn't enough to keep Jean from getting hurt.
That, or like I said, Pyrrha just likes hurting John.
Either way, though, he gets thwacked on the left side of his face. Somehow it's only his right cheek that gets hurt. Another inconsistency!
Okay guys, yeah I know, budget of a bologna sandwich really didn't have much resources.
Anyways, the Ponytail Spartan asked Johnny Boy here why he didn't activate his aura to protect himself. Upon hearing that John, and in turn the audience, doesn't understand what she's talking about, she then goes on to explain the usual New Age mumble jumble that every living thing that exists has an aura, and those that are sentient beings with souls can activate this aura to protect themselves, as well as call upon hidden powers within.
A little confused right now? Well, join the club!
She, and by she I mean Maniom, is trying to explain that this is the usual fantasy anime, where aura is a personal energy shield, and the hidden powers, or semblances, are just superpowers, aka more X-Men copying. Bear then decides to help John activate his aura in the same way that the hot cheerleader has pity sex with the lonesome nerd. And if you pause it at just the right moment, you get to see one of the most terrifying things I have ever seen in my life.
Ironet, you thought this was the birth of the scary Pyrrha face. No, it's been around since the beginning and it frightens me.
Pussy.
Now close your eyes and concentrate. For it is in passing that we achieve immortality. Through this, we become a paragon of virtue and glory to rise above all, infinite in distance and unbound by death. I release your soul, and by my shoulder protect thee. I used my aura to unlock yours, but the energy that protects you now is your own. You have a lot of it.
Don't!
Cue the music. And since that's the end of the episode, you can't prove me wrong!
What about this scene that comes after it?
Cue the other song!
Stop feeding the shippers! You're making it worse for the rest of us! Just cut to the second part of the episode.
Skip! The start of this episode begins with the wizard and the dominatrix overlooking the forest and somehow getting the exact same footage we just saw of the RWBY kids. I guess they're first members. Either way, Glinda expresses her doubts about some of the pairings, as if they didn't come up with the stupid method themselves, while Ozpin remains motionlessly staring at the RWBY characters on his tablet. Judging by how he first reacted when he met RWBY,
Guess he's used to seeing screens with kids on them.
Rooster Teeth, please don't sue us. If you really want him to stop, I know a place where I can hide the body.
we then fade zoom to RWBY and Weiss having another couples argument, this time on the "I think we're lost, why don't you ask for directions? No, I don't need to ask for directions" cliche.
Stop treating me like a kid! Stop acting like a kid! Well, stop acting like you're perfect! I'm not perfect!
Oh, for the love of God, will you two just cuss already? Please?
Not yet. But I'm still leagues better than you. You don't even know me.
Looks like the White Rose ship is sinking.
Quick, to the comic section to argue whether or not you think these two should be together, even though none of you have a say in the matter!
Back with black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. We see them come across the ruins where the relics are, or should I say chess piece symbolism, as Yang grabs a knight.
How about a cute little pony? Sure.
Cause, you know, girls like ponies!
Sexist.
The joke's over, Conan! We both know you don't give two shits about political correctness, so shut up!
Anywho, we then see John and Pyrrha looking into a cave to find the relic. Which reminds me, why weren't they given better directions to find the relics? I mean, all they were told was to look in the middle of the forest. Oh yeah, by the way, I also poisoned your pancakes this morning and the antidote is somewhere on the continent of Australia. Good luck! Anyways, they come across a clear Finding Nemo reference, and being simple-minded, John is too enticed by the glowing phallus and grabs onto it.
Gotcha!
Jean?
Some girl's in trouble!
Well, after this picture, I can understand the confusion.
Do something!
John! Whatever you do, don't let...
Team Forever Alone is blasting off again! Back with Blake and Yang, the latter wonders what all the shouting was about when suddenly, RWBY!
Again, confused? Well, screw you! That's how the video ends! And what a scary video it was, wasn't it, boys and girls?
Yeah, I'll say. The White Rose ship is in trouble. Pure Waifu is about to be eaten in a bad way. John is currently in low Earth orbit, and despite both of them already being in fetish outfits, neither Blake nor Yang have gotten it on yet.
But that's only scary to weeaboos.
Who do you think is watching these videos?
Good point. Either way, once again, despite the insistence of some of my viewers, the main plot is still absent from the show. And yet, the show is still pretty nice to watch. And that's because Rooster Teeth isn't focusing on that right now. Instead, their attention is on the interaction between the characters.
While Weiss continues to be annoying and bitchy, how it clashes with Ruby's innocence and hopefulness sort of mellows it out, allowing their interactions to be a bit more entertaining than the usual bitchy character would allow. Another interesting pairing is the quiet Blake with the over-energetic Yang.
Again, like with Ruby and Weiss, the two opposing personalities blend into a pleasant combo.
The other two pairings we've gotten so far is Nora and Ren, which we saw for about like 6 seconds, around a third of their screen time this volume. As well as Jean and Pyrrha, which were also a very interesting pair to watch. Seeing the untrained Jean with the super soldier Pyrrha is pleasant thanks to the fact that Pyrrha is kind and patient, and Jean isn't too annoying. The only problem I do have with it is that she seems just to be the good girl stereotype with no flaws, and thus no truly interesting aspect about her.
While there's still time to develop her, I have a sneaky suspicion that Rooster Teeth isn't going to do that, and instead they're going to just leave her as the perfect waifu bait like they do in most animes.
I am perfectly fine with that, especially considering her choice of wardrobe.
However, it's still enjoyable to watch, and while this episode was lacking in some really meaty story, again, it seems that Rooster Teeth's concentrating its focus on the characters of this volume, which is probably smart considering it's Rooster Teeth's speciality. As I mentioned with Pyrrha, the interesting thing about a character is their flaws and how it personalizes them and makes them feel authentic. And while Pyrrha doesn't really seem to have any so far, the others do, and they've been established. While Ruby is nice and friendly, being so young, she doesn't understand the stakes yet of the opportunity that she and the other kids have been given by being able to attend Beacon. And Weiss may be bitchy, but she does understand the stakes, and you can tell that it weighs heavily on her shoulders. Almost as if she's got to live up to something. As for the others, Blake is too quiet, Yang is too loud, and despite Jean's determination, he is clearly out of his league, both combatively and in the future girlfriend aspect. But all of this leads to some entertaining interactions, which kind of makes up for the lack of story.
You know, just because you harp on that a lot doesn't mean the RWBY fanboys are going to agree with you.
As for the foreshadowing that we've been getting from time to time,
If anything, they're going to go even deeper into denial.
Some of it is subtle, others are less, but still nicely executed, while others are so blatant that it kind of takes you out of what story there is.
well, once again, it's a decent show. Not great, but nice is good enough for now. Even more so if you're already a Rooster Teeth fan.
Like last time, this review was a bit short due to the fact that these episodes were a bit short, mainly because Rooster Teeth really didn't have the budget to go all out and give us full-length episodes. And yet, the animation is still pretty good, the story is just enough for us to get along with, and the characters are fun to watch interact with each other. So while I can't say that it's
An instant 5-star, everybody just loves it and wants a piece of that ass.
I can honestly say that it's definitely growing on me and getting better over time.
Will it continue to get better, or has it already peaked and it's all downhill from here? Well, we'll find out next time with Chapter 8, one of the few episodes this volume that isn't cut into two-parters. But that's for another time. For now, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Ricardo, the Cynical Critic. With me, no movie saver, no video save, but all deserve a chance. Catch you guys next time.
Toodles! That's what you get for trying to jump scare.
I'm gonna hurt myself.
Scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies.
We have to go.